So I just want to start by giving a short blurb of information that's to bring things up to speed where we are today. COVID-19 is a virus. It's a retrovirus made from RNA, single-stranded, and it's an enveloped virus. This is important because this helps with cleaning your house. Enveloped viruses are actually easier to clean. Anyway, COVID-19 has its traces from genetic testing back in Wuhan, China in late December and early January of 2020. And this virus, the genetic material can be traced to the Wuhan wet markets. This is where live and recently slaughtered animals, including bats, monkeys, chimpanzees, various exotic animals have been slaughtered. And these are very dirty conditions. Where there can be a lot of cross-contamination from one species to another. Bats are also known to be a known reservoir of SARS and MERS, which are both previous coronaviruses that were highly contagious, but fortunately didn't infect a large proportion of the population opposed to what's happening with COVID-19. So COVID-19 has its origins in these wet markets. It was isolated from bats through genetic testing. And the main thing we've heard about a lot is PCR. This is a genetic amplifying machine that can grow from a very small amount of DNA or RNA, which is the genetic material of this particular virus. It can amplify it. And so we can look at the genetic sequences of the virus and identify what it is and what sort of proteins does it encode. COVID-19 is a retrovirus. This is common amongst many viruses in the world. The genetic material has also been determined as to what particular proteins does it encode. And there's no question right now, there's been some myths that have been brought online that is this not from a virus? And I can safely say from genetic sequence testing, absolutely yes, this is a virus. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not a weapon. It comes from nature. So that being said, we're going back to the wet markets here. This is where it was discovered that bats in that market harbored COVID-19. It was transferred to human beings. This is what's called a zoonotic virus that can jump from one species to the other. This is from a mutation that happened with the bat COVID, the coronavirus, and it jumped to humans. So that is known information. And then came human-to-human transmission. And this is where things kind of came off the rails. So originally it comes from bats into the wet market, and from contacts there, it spread to other human beings. So this is a big leap for this virus that made it very successful. It's also very contagious, so it can go from one person to the other with minimal exposure. We can get to that later on.